Episode 2, Season 2 of Mayor of Kingstown, titled Staring at the Devil, is a very, very interesting episode. Now, mind you, this is only the second episode in this second season, and it got off to an interesting start. Now, we hear that Mike doing a narrative. While there's war on the inside in Tent City, there's a war on the outside, because there are no leaders to keep everything peaceful. Now, the prisoners beat someone up inside, and then on the outside there is a big massive shootout, or I want to say a massacre, where there's a drive-by, and then the gunmen go in and they kill every single individual in the house. I would say close to 20 to 25 to maybe 30 people are shot dead. Mike gets called. He sees what's happening, the damage. One of the people who escaped is bleeding out. Mike starts asking him questions. Doesn't really get a simple, straight answer. So Mike takes matter into his own hands. And before he goes to see Bunny, he drops off Iris at his brother Kyle's house. And there's a whole little fight there. Iris, once again, you know my opinion on this character. It's absolutely not necessary. It's absolutely stupid. So then Mike goes to meet with Bunny, and him and Bunny talk and try to figure out what happens. And Mike's like, okay, if you want me to keep the peace, this is what we're going to do. So what happens is Mike gets all the four big gang leaders together, and in order to do so and to order to cooperate, he kind of gets the help of the assistant DA, which basically says they're going to arrest all four of them on weapons charges, but then drop the charges because they need a leader inside so they can stop what's happening outside. Because if there's chaos, there's no order, and Mike wants everything to be peaceful. He goes to Kareem, and Kareem's like, okay, what's happening? And the tension in that scene with the four gang leaders and Mike and then Kareem and everyone just meeting, and then the assistant DA showing up, it's really, really like up to a 10. You don't know what's going to happen. You don't think of what's going to happen. But it's a really kind of thrilling aspect to how the scene plays out. You figure out, oh, is there going to be a shootout? No, nothing like that at all happens. So basically, once everything is done, they figure everything out. We then see that the next scene is Iris. Iris does leave. She gets out. She goes to some kind of church. And we find that she knew the entire goddamn time where Milo was. Milo is still in Kingstown, hiding out. Iris goes to him because she has no home in her eyes. I mean, Mike tried to help her constantly since the first season, and she's just this annoying, repetitive character. She's like a gnat that you just can't swat away, and it's always pecking at you. It's just absolutely ridiculous. I feel like if you get rid of this character, it'll be much more easier to understand and much more of a breeze. For some reason, Mike cares about Iris. I just don't see why. But I feel like if they do get them together, the two characters together, it'll be one of the worst aspects of the story possible. Now, while we find out where Milo is now, what is happening and what's going to happen, I feel like Milo is kind of the one pulling the strings on this gang warfare, but that's just my opinion. We don't know actually what's happening. Now, Kyle goes back to work up north, and his partner kind of pulls someone over because they're going 25 and a 45, but when they do so, they pick up speed. And as his partner is approaching the car, he gets shot. Kyle, without hesitation, shoots his gun, and unexpected things happen. You just have to watch the episode and the scene to figure out, like, Kyle, I don't think can come back from this as a character because he's going to feel remorse, and I feel like Mike's not going to be able to help him either. Now, with that, we find the four gang leaders going to prison now. And then as all the prison inmates in Tent City are, screaming and hollering, we see them come off the bus, and they just stop and they look and stare. And that's the end of the episode. Very well written, very much in your face. It was interesting because this episode was written by Taylor Sheridan. So it's drama-filled, it's interesting, and the tension is there and rising because Jeremy Renner as Mike McCluskey is like pulling the strings of everything. How is this a good idea to do this? Will they find a leader? Who will be the leader? And will the kind of order in Tent City kind of go out and have order outside in the world? because when there's no order in Tent City, and on the inside, there's no order on the outside, and it's just gang warfare, shooting up schools, bus stops, homes, drive-bys. And even the cops are trying to figure out something, but they can't because their hands are tied as well. And Mike is just trying to figure out and trying to keep the city not going crazy and not going into a big full-on lockdown. But it's going to be interesting to see how this season plays out. This is only episode 2, and we have this much tension already. What's going to happen to Iris? I don't really give a shit. That's that character. I really want to be honest. I probably fast forward her scenes, even like a little snippet. I'm just like, let's get the show, going a little bit. Very curious to see what Milo does. Will he get rid of her? How's Mike going to handle certain situations now? How is Kyle going to figure this out and what happened in his scenes, and will his aspect of progression continue with a story, and what's going to happen with that, what's going to happen in Tent City, and will there still be gang wars even though what's happening inside could transpire happening outside. Loved it. Really in your face episode, and I'm curious to see what's going to happen next. Let me know in the comment section below what you thought about episode 2, season 2 of Mayor of Kingstown. This episode titled Staring at the Devil. Did you like it? Did you not like it? What did you think of it? What do you think is going to happen with the episodes moving forward? What do you think is going to happen with Mike? Do you think that there will be order in Tent City? Do you think the 4 gang leaders will kind of figure out who their leader will be, and if there will be a leader? What's going to happen with Iris? Do you think Milo will kind of get rid of her? And what do you think Milo's motive is? And do you think Milo and Mike will finally have that showdown that we've been waiting for, and that they've been, anticipating, or that we've been anticipating from season 1 up until now? Let me know in the comment section below about all the questions I just asked. And be sure you click that subscribe button and click that notification bell for new videos on my channel. I'll see you all in the next review video, and be sure you tune in next week for my episode 3 review of season 2 of Mayor of Kingstown. Thank you for tuning in.